April is National Parkinson's Awareness Month. It's a disease that has struck very close to home in my family.
Yes, it has. Parkinson's is a progressive nervous system disorder that can begin with tremors, and it can lead to stiffness and slowness of movement, among many other things. So we're pleased today to welcome Kris Cleary. She's a speech language pathologist with Benedictine Living Community in Bismarck, and Jodi from a Parkinson's support group. Good morning to both of you.
Morning. Good morning.
It is great to meet with you. Our goal today is to connect folks with resources that may be able to support them through these situations. So, Kris, maybe we can start with you at Benedictine Living Community. Can you tell us what therapy services do you offer to people with Parkinson's disease?
We offer speech language pathology, occupational therapy, and physical therapy, and all of our therapists have experience and training in dealing with people who have a lot of symptoms from Parkinson's disease.
Okay, before we switch over to Jodi, let me ask you this. Are there any specific things or specialty things that you guys offer?
We do, especially our speech language pathology team. We have specialty training in the swallow disorders and the cognitive disorders, as well as the voice disorders that come along with persons who are dealing with Parkinson's. We have some special technology also for our swallowing that is unique to our facility that helps people with Parkinson's perceive better what's going well and not going well with their voice and with their swallowing.
And Kris, just a follow-up question there too. Can you talk about how Parkinson's can impact speech for those patients?
Yeah, people with Parkinson's have the motor components that I think a lot of people are quite familiar with, but I think the bigger impact that people experience is their sensory component. They don't know that they're shuffling their feet. They don't know that they're talking softly or that their words are being slurred. So the therapy services that we provide help them understand that better and to be able to self-monitor so they can be more independent and effective in their daily life and with all listeners.
You know, and that's one thing that is speaking personally, with my father, that's a frustration, not just for me, but for him too, because like you say, they don't realize their situation, and it's difficult for us as a family to understand him, and it's difficult for him to project like that. So that was one of the very first things that was noticed on our end was a softer voice, a little bit of slurred speech and things like that. Is that generally one of the first signs?
It really is. I think for people who don't know much about Parkinson's disease, they notice the shuffled gait. But I think even before that, if people are communicating with them a lot, they will notice a softer voice and they will notice less enunciation of the sounds. And so they really are not understood well. And they often say that their caregiver has lost their hearing, which is kind of interesting.
Right.
But the hearing of the listener is quite fine.
Boy, I mean, the impact of being able to communicate on your overall health, your well-being, your optimism for yourself, I think that's so important too. Okay, so Jodi, we have some questions for you as well from the Parkinson's support group. Can you give us an idea of who is welcome to be a member of your group and when do you meet?
The group meets right here at the Benedictine Living Center, and it is the second Thursday of every month from 3 to 4:30. Anybody is welcome to be a part of that, whether you're a healthcare provider, someone that has Parkinson's, or you're a caregiver of someone with Parkinson's or family members. Everyone is welcome here.
Let me ask you this, Jodi, as a family member of someone in my family that has Parkinson's, if I come to this support group, what are some things that I'll walk away from? What are some of the benefits that I'll find?
Every month, we try to have a speaker that has information that's pertinent to Parkinson's. So there may be a physician in the community, different resources that the community provides for people with Parkinson's it can also be here, and as well as pharmaceutical reps, just a wealth of information for anyone who's dealing with the disease and also for their family members. And then there's also a short amount of time when people are able to speak with each other and just kind of support each other through this process.
Yeah, it really serves to build that community for one another and know that you're not alone in going through all of this. It's wonderful. Now, you do other events with your support group as well. Can you tell us about those?
Yes. This weekend, we just completed the 11th annual race for Parkinson's. In fact, Kris has a t-shirt on.
Perfect.
Yeah, that is our biggest fundraiser for the year. The proceeds from that are used for grants for people that would like to go to Struthers Institute, which is a facility in Minneapolis. That is a 2-day event where you meet with a physical therapist, occupational therapist, speech pathology, and also a neurologist. And it just gives a person who is diagnosed with Parkinson's some ideas about how they can best deal with their disease process, what will keep them active for the longest amount of time. It's a very well rounded evaluation, and so we want to encourage anybody to go and take part in that. And so we do have some money available from the money that's raised for the race so that they can go and get that evaluation completed. And then in the fall, we have a Parkinson's seminar each year, and that is just a wealth of information for healthcare providers as well as persons with Parkinson's disease and also their family or caregivers. And so I've attended that myself several times as a nurse, and I've gotten away from that with a lot of very good information.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kris, since you did such a nice job of displaying the shirt, we're going to come back to you with a question. As far as community members getting involved in your organization, what would you suggest that people do?
Yeah, people who have Parkinson's, I think, really need to understand that there is help. That you don't just have to live with these symptoms and watch them progress. Speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy can be very useful, not only in improving function, but also improving understanding and helping the caregivers help people work through this and be as independent as long as possible. We provide all of those services here at Benedictine Living Community Bismarck.
Okay, great. We want to direct people on where they can go to find more information about what both of you guys do. Kris and Jodi, would you let us know where we can find you guys?
Benedictine Living Community Bismarck is located at 4580 Coleman Street, and you can also get more information on our website, benedictineliving.org.
Okay. It is Parkinson's Awareness Month. We're coming to the end of April, so I'm glad that we were able to contact you guys and have this conversation with you guys before the end of April. So like I said, it really does strike home with me, and it's nice to know that we as family and you know, those that are suffering from the disease are not alone in this. Thank you both, Kris Cleary and Jodi Wolf. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Have a great day.